In a post-GFC world, the days of easy credit are over. A study has found 3 million Australians can't get a credit card, car insurance or even a bank account. Simon Palin reports.
10 years ago, Rick Foster lived with flatmates when some household bills got out of control.
They'd just sort of like up and leave and not pay the bills, and I'd be left with, you know, over $1,000 worth of bills to pay by a certain date, which I just couldn't afford.
He eventually paid the bills, but he's been left with defaults on his credit history, and he now has a wife and 2 children.
We're trying to get a home loan at the moment, and that's, well, the banks aren't looking at us with that, as well as trying to get a credit card to build a credit history, and again, it's the same problem.
It's a problem many share. A new study by the University of New South Wales and funded by the National Australia Bank looked at what access 50,000 Australians have to various financial services.
And we found that for 17.2% of those individuals, they didn't have affordable or appropriate access to bank accounts, credit cards, insurance, etc.
We know that if you're younger, have less education and you're Indigenous and potentially live in outer suburban regions, you're more likely to be excluded from financial services.
And the report found growing numbers of people are relying on family or friends and on fringe credit providers like payday lenders to get money.
They charge very, very high fees and charges and interest rates.
The global financial crisis and the resulting regulatory changes have forced the major lenders to tighten their lending standards. The report authors acknowledge and accept the importance of that, but they also want the fringe credit providers to be subject to legislative change.
And really, that's the sector of the market that needs to be tackled next.
The federal government says it's in the process of considering legislative changes to the payday lending industry. Simon Palin, ABC News.